Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a game between MTW's Dimaga and Root's ToD here on, I believe this is not Fractal Glacier. I'll have to double check the name of the map. This is Heart of the Swarm though, so there is only 2 spawning locations on this. On the bottom left hand side of the map we have Dimaga spawning as the blue Zerg. Meanwhile we have Root ToD spawning over here on the top right hand side of the map. For those of you guys who do watch my Warcraft 3 replays, yes, this is the same ToD that was part of 4 Kings along with Grubby many moons ago. Strategy-wise, we'll see what the strategies will be in this Heart of the Swarm beta, and whether or not we'll see a lot of the new units come out. Now, I apologize for my last Friday's cast. I was just trying to make predictions, and it really dawned on me that I can't do a lot of the same predictions that I do in Wings of Liberty. I just haven't seen and experienced nearly as many games. When I come across and I take a look at, say, 4 Swarm hosts going up against 6 siege tanks, 4 or 5 siege tanks with some Marines and Marauders, and there's also Zergling support, I don't know who actually has the edge there. Swarm host, one of those units, very much like glass cannons, where they are very effective. Locust dealing a lot of damage while being very difficult to take out. So I guess that isn't a glass cannon as opposed to a straight up cannon. We are going to see a hatchery first come in from Dimaga, and we'll also have to keep track if any of these players do any serious variations from what we normally see in Wings of Liberty. So far there is some mechanical differences. It obviously tells you the number of workers that is sitting on each base, so you know what your saturation is, and you can do just a quick check trying to move and balance your workers out. I do like that change, even though a lot of people did say that it kind of dumbs down StarCraft 2 a little bit more. Then again, how many times do people really try to balance and figure out how many workers are anywhere? All right, we are going to see ToD now come in. There is 1 pylon coming in, and if this pylon can finish, that will make a very big difference. All right, what's going to be coming in now? Photon cannon, photon cannon. Are we going to get another photon cannon? Yes, we are, and we could go for another. Wow, what is this? The probe able to mineral path out, and this is huge. ToD could now come in also with another pylon in the front, and this is a very heavy commitment from ToD. I would not be surprised if Dimaga simply canceled this hatchery, and then we'll see if ToD cancels these photon cannons. Yes, there is the cancellation there. There is the cancellations. 1 photon cannon going to remain. So I believe, what is that? 37 times 3 is about 110. And now we see that there is a hatchery placed down here. Based upon the positioning, if 1 more pylon was added, it'd be very difficult to take down this photon cannon, as we now see a gateway and a photon cannon being added back over here on this side of the base. Now, ToD will finish off this photon cannon well in time of these 4 Zerglings making it inside. And now with that, ToD should have a very nice economic advantage. The reason why Dimaga is so far behind is one of 2. First of all, he lost 100 seconds in trying to build this hatchery. On top of that, on top of losing the 100 seconds, building this hatchery, he also lost the production. He was not able to train up any units for quite some time, and now he is severely larva limited as he is trying to get more and more queens out. You can see that there is a Zergling, or a pair of Zerglings coming down over here. The photon cannon already getting up 4 kills, now up to 5 kills. So that 1 photon cannon did deal a lot of damage, taking down some Zerglings and also trying to regain some map control. It looks like the total losses will be higher for ToD, but overall, harvester count 24 to 20. This Nexus is already up and operational. We'll see whether or not a queen can even make it to Dimaga's third. It's going to be a very long walk, and with that long walk, even more and more larva will essentially be lost. Now, we are going into a 3rd base by Dimaga over here at his natural. Meanwhile, ToD is going into double gas at his main. No gas yet at his natural, so it's going to be curious as to what he's really going for. He is adding in some zealots, but ToD is severely behind in terms of where a Protoss player normally is. He doesn't have his cybernetics core. He doesn't obviously have warp gate tech, and all he can really do is train up some Zerglings and get that level 1 weapons upgrade. Photon cannon getting off an easy kill there. What is ToD doing with that probe? baiting another unit, and now a Zealot could make its way over, perhaps trying to get off some easy shots there. So we may be having that in just a moment. Zealot not going to be able to catch up, as a probe still dancing around. We are going into that mothership core. The mothership core has been rebalanced. If you guys did not hear, the mothership core now a much more mobile unit that doesn't just simply sit inside the base. The Purify automatically moves it closer, and you can see that faster movement speed on that mothership core. It does have a standard attack now with a range of 5, and it also has a Purify ability that will teleport it back to that Nexus to act as base defense. Also, the mothership core is also has a recall ability, but it's more like a scroll of town portal than, say, a recall where you call units towards it. It actually moves all of your units back home. So we'll see whether or not this will be utilized here, as we now see Zealots now trying to come in, get some damage off onto that one queen here. And now you may see that the mothership core, yes, the mothership core can move and attack move at the same time, and this is going to be a huge problem, as now the queen's still dancing around. The Zealot gonna get in some easy shots here, and now if the Stalker tries to disengage, level 1 weapons upgrade not yet completed on the Zealot, so the timing not exactly right there, as the mothership core is backing off. It is down to 10 shields and able to move away in time. Zergling's now trying to make its way over, and if the mothership core actually protects that Stalker, no, it is not. The mothership core should perhaps be making its way off to the north to try to help that Stalker. The mothership core does move a little bit slower, though, as is the mothership core going to actually be able to do anything? That is the question. Now the Zerglings are running around. The mothership core getting in some shots there, and does it get a kill? Yes, it does. It may get another kill there, so a total of 3 kills, as those Zerglings are not going to be able to do much of anything. Here we go. Zerglings now making their way over, and yet getting quickly taken out by the photon cannon. But there was some losses there, and now Zerglings managing to take down another proxy pylon that ToD was able to set up. ToD still behind now in terms of overall supply, currently down by 14. We are starting to see a little bit more of a tech swing as we are going into Twilight Council. Meanwhile, Dimaga already at layer, but still hasn't really shown any true layer tech. Now finally going for that Glio reconstitution. Overlord now making its way in. Sentry's perhaps going to be able to get off some shots here and perhaps take down this Overlord. Also going to be very interesting, as the mothership core is going to change how Zerg players leave Overlords at their Protoss players expansions or Protoss players bases. You've got to remember that because the mothership core is a natural flying unit, it can actually get into these outlying areas, and it also has a base attack, so that's going to be very effective for that mothership core. The mothership core also a very useful unit. You can see there's that Purify, that Energize, and that Recall. We'll see how that Recall will be used. I call it more of a scroll of town portal than anything else, as we are now going into a probe, now trying to make its way off over here. Zerglings chasing after the probe. What is going to be happening? A Zealot warped in only to die, and in comes some force fields. Is it going to be enough force fields now coming in? Beautiful force fields, limiting the surface area, and now more Zerglings will get taken down. However, the Zerglings look like they will be able to back off. It is going to be 3 bases to 3 bases, and the mothership core still looking to take down those destructible rocks, dealing 5 damage per attack. Very, very nicely done there, as we are going to see the Warp Prism now perhaps try to do a drop inside the main. There's going to be a Zealot, a Sentry, and an Immortal in there. The Sentry for force fields, the Zealot to engage against some units here, perhaps the drones, and then the Immortal to just blast apart anything else. But we are now seeing a very large group of units coming in here. The mothership core could come in and get in a lot of damage onto these units as they try to make their way in. And oh, here it comes. The roaches are already making their way in here. Probes now need to try to escape. What is going to be happening, as the force fields could be coming in? Are they going to split? No, no split. What is going on? There is the teleport that we saw. Where did they teleport to? All over here. So it did take a little bit of time to get in. There's those force fields, as now we are seeing an engagement back over here. Roaches, Zealots, where's that Sentry? Gonna go ahead and quickly pick back up, as the Roaches are now going to be engaging here. ToD is going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Roaches just absolutely destroying this location. If the mothership core actually converts to Purify at the Nexus, that would be very effective, as the damage greatly increases. But the Nexus is now going to get taken down, and oh, the Nexus, wow, I did not know that. If a Nexus gets taken down while a mothership core is attached to it, the mothership core also gets destroyed. So Dimaga sitting at 173 supply, really in the advantage now. 92 over 92 for ToD. This is not looking good for ToD at all. And ToD may have to rethink his strategy in game 2. So trying to utilize this mothership core, it looks like a new mothership core was quickly retrained, only taking 30 seconds, 20 seconds with a chrono boost. And that is just 3 seconds faster than the training of a probe. So that tells you how effective that mothership core is for base defense. All right, mothership core now on the move. Again, we see a very large attack coming in. Zerglings and Roaches coming in together. There's some force fields. Is it going to be enough? It looks like there's a cancellation on that Nexus. Force fields trying to back away. Is there going to be enough for a recall? It doesn't look like it. ToD now in a bit of trouble. Immortal's getting caught in transit. And I believe... wow. So apparently ToD not liking the maps or the matchup as game 1 goes to Dimaga. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 1. Stay tuned for game 2.